Good morning, friends. This is your old girl, Melanie Rose, here to share your daily aspects. Today is Thursday, October 11, not October 11, November 11, 2021. Why did I say October, guys? It's 11/11. The sun continues on in Scorpio at this time, and this season is the season for transformational shifts. Just as we're adjusting to the longer nights and colder days, making preparations for our warmth and security in the even colder months ahead, we make mental and emotional preparations as well. So ask yourself, what is the thought, feeling, or attitude I most need to keep myself positive, focused, and productive in this, the night half of the year? The question alone is guide enough to put us to work under the auspices of Sun in Scorpio. The moon is in Aquarius all day today. It does make ingress late tonight into Pisces. Aquarius is a social sign that calls us out into the commons, there to connect with allies, creating networks for support. Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, so this transit can be marked by shifts and changes that refine our processes, especially and specifically in our inner life, in our emotional and intuitive heart, and in our literal home. Additionally, today is the waxing first quarter moon in Aquarius, signaling that we're about a week out from the full moon in Taurus. Now is the time to take action on those intentions we set and the plans we've been making. Aquarius's influence here invites us, however, to change up the approach and perhaps to collaborate with others in the bringing about of a success that we can celebrate together and soon. Let's take a look at these planets and aspects before we get into further interpretations. I have created in advance a legend of all the symbols we'll be looking at today so we can have a good idea what energies are at play. So, very quickly, we have the sun here. Sun represents our outer life. That's who we are when we step out the door in our social, civic, and work spheres. And the moon represents our inner life. That's who we are in our hearts, our thoughts, feelings, and intuitions. And it also represents our domestic sphere, so where we are at home, who we're at home with, and who we are, how we behave when we're at home. That's moon, the inner life. And this is the take action phase of the moon. I just want to write that down there. We also have Mars on board today, here and here. Mars is your sense of personal initiative, your get up and go, the fire, the drive that tells you it's time to take action. Mercury is our intellect, or our day-to-day thoughts, communications, the plans we make, and the traveling around that we do. Saturn relates to those structures that we build around us for support and our stewardship or our responsibility to maintaining those structures. Chiron is here, and Chiron points to how to heal. Jupiter is also with us today, and Jupiter is about growth and opportunity, positive expansion. Jupiter's the biggest guy on the block, so if he's in a good mood, which he always is, it's pretty hard to pick a fight with him. As for aspects that we will encounter today, we have conjunct here. Conjunct tends to amplify the effects of both of the planets involved. We have some square aspects today, and those represent challenges of the kind that we mostly have to be patient and move through them. We also have Quincunx on here. Quincunx is like a teeter-totter. It looks like a teeter-totter, and it's basically variable outcome. It could go one way or the other. And then this funny little arrow here is an ingress. It indicates the transit of a planetary body from one sign into the next. I have been putting the signs in my legend lately, and I didn't do it today, but I'm just going to point them out. The signs that we have on our page today are Scorpio, Aquarius, and Taurus. So if that helps you out at all with your intuitive glide into the day, then so much the better. Now, getting into the aspects, I have divided our day into 2 columns, one for each of our luminaries. The moon sheds light on our nights, and it creates relatively brief aspects that mostly apply to ambient energies that may or may not have much impact on moods, feelings, and intuitions in the privacy of our hearts and homes, depending on our sensitivity and awareness at those times. The sun, on the other hand, sheds light on our days. I address the rest of the planets on this side because these aspects take longer and they have more of an impact on our actions and interactions out in the world. We start with the sun side today, and with some ongoing aspects whose effects we still may be feeling. Mercury conjunct Mars. This is day 2 of 2. Sharp minds and sharp tongues. Mercury brings speed to the action, and Mars brings assertiveness or aggression. Conjunct amplifies both effects, so look out for yourself and others. This is day 2 of 2 of this aspect. Minds and tongues. Today is also day 2 of 2 for Mercury square Saturn. Laborious mental laborings can make us sloppy with the details, so we have to resist the urge right now to speed through our work or leave out any details. Also, we have to we can resist negativity and misunderstandings at all times, but especially during this 2-day aspect. See. Right, slow down and follow through. I'm going to write a song about that. Thank you, Bobby Sue. And then day 2 of 4 for this Mars square Saturn. You see Mercury will move out of its square with Saturn much more quickly than Mars. Mars wants to act, and Saturn kind of wants to go over the packing slip and make sure we got everything in order first. Square is not the time to rebel and conquer, so slow and steady wins the race. That looks like an overall warning to just slow our roll and pay attention to what we're saying and doing. As for today, I give these in Central Standard Time at 6:46 a.m. The sun went square with the moon. And this is the aspect that indicates when the moon comes to this point, the hour that the moon comes to this point, or actually the minute. Basically, what we want to do, the sun, is being challenged square by our emotional, intuitive, or domestic pressures, the moon. And this can bring us into conflict with ourselves and others. We all express and experience this aspect in different ways. This aspect lasts about 1 day. So let's be gentle with one another. Outer, inner challenges. And then this morning at 8:06 a.m., Mercury runs Quincunx with Chiron. It may feel anxiety-inducing or somehow unsafe to communicate with others under this aspect. We might be worried about the strong opinions of other people, or perhaps we find ourselves holding back a little on expressing our individuality out of concern that we'll receive unwanted criticism. Quincunx doesn't guarantee a good or a bad outcome, and Chiron points the way toward healing. So if it feels more healing for you to express yourself, please do, but understand that there may be a mixed reaction. This is a 2-day aspect. Expression, self-expression for healing. Variable outcomes. And on to the moon column. My aim here is to give brief descriptions of the energy of each aspect and hopefully tie them together to get a snapshot of the day in Moony Moods. Let's see how it works out today. At 1:52 p.m., a void of course moon makes conjunct with Jupiter. As we've been saying, conjunct amplifies the energy of both planets involved. It's hard to have a bad time when the moon makes aspect with Jupiter. Under this aspect, we may feel high on positive feelings and interactions, especially in and around the home space. This is a good time to have discussions with loved ones regarding the great things in your lives that you'd like to expand upon. What would we like to see grow? Let's talk about it. And again, this is specifically related to the heart and home, as are all moon aspects. Also, this is a 2-hour aspect. And then, really, almost 12 hours later to the minute, at 1:53 a.m., the next morning, Friday morning, the moon makes ingress into Pisces. This middle of the night ingress represents a shift in the heart and home from air to water, from the intellectual and social to the feeling and sensitive. This transit lasts about 2.5 days. Feeling and sensitive. So today's lunar energy signature is one of positivity and comfortable, even sociable, good vibes in our emotional, intuitive, and domestic space. We thrive the best in soil that nurtures our hearts. And because I wrote that cheesy thing, I'm also going to just draw us a cheesy little flower. Arkansas is the land of the loblolly pine, and that is my little love lolly flower for y'all. Oh. Coming up next week, we will see a full moon in Taurus, which invites us to celebrate in grounded, comforting style. Next Sunday evening, the sun will also make ingress into Sagittarius, and we will talk about these things and more in upcoming episodes. That's it for today, friends. This has been your Daily Aspects and Astrological Weather Forecast for Thursday, November 11, 2021. If you haven't already, please like my video and subscribe to the Old Girl channel. I will leave this up here for about 30 seconds so that you may have time to look it over. Thank you so much for being here with me today. My name is Melanie Rose, and I will see you all back here tomorrow for more Daily Aspects.